farm, and I think the other thing is that he can even... We might even see him give, like, the lane to the Earth Spirit right at level 1 while he just waits for a creep. So Old Chicken will go and find himself his level 1 creep. They give the level 2 to the Earth Spirit off the very first wave, and then Doom will come and take over the lane, potentially. Something along those lines. The Earth Spirit definitely does very well with early experience. So getting Kaka up and have him being a threat early on the map is going to be nice, especially since there's also the Pudge on the VG side who's going to be looking to run around. So we might see a very active early game here from both sides.
See, Ice here. Not going to hit the rolling boulder. Just a bit of harass coming out from Kaka in the end, but Ice getting the info that he wanted to find from the offlane that, yep, there's heroes down here. There's an Earth Spirit, which probably means there's more, so top rune should be fairly safe for Vici Gaming. Interesting little sentry board placement from, looks like Vici. I guess they were expecting a aggressive Ehome ward on their side of the river, but it is on the Ehome side of the river here in the mid lane.
I wonder if that rolling boulder kind of gave away to the Faceless Void the fact that there's a lane ward scouting him here. I don't know. I don't know if they still saw him through the trees or
they had vision of him.
The Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, they had the Vengeful Spirit there as well. But might give him an inkling of what's going on. Tries to come and swipe the rune. Gets the full heal up as well on the time walk. All right.
Okay. Gets out of there. That's one Venge Stun down. There's a Clarity on Lamb, so he's not... It bothers him a little bit because it means he's only going to have like the one stun early on in the lane, and he'll then have to back off and use said Clarity, but he's still looking in pretty good shape as far as contesting the Void in that off lane. And you mentioned that Kaka was going to start in the mid lane. Doom looking around for a creep, going to go for the Mediant camp here and hoping... Oh, that's a pretty good creep to get. Ogre Frost Mage gives him the Ice Armor for the lane.
Yeah, definitely not too bad. So it's not going to end up being the full level, unfortunately, for Kaka. Creep's not dying all that quickly, so it looks like Old Chicken's still going to be the one who gets the most out of this here. But Old 11 looks like he blocked off the off lane with his Fissure, so he's going to get it into a decent position to start things out and grab an immediate level 2. FY does reset the lane position somewhat as well with the pull, so... Actually, a ton of creeps coming under the tower at the moment for Burning. We'll have to see how he does here.
Okay, well it is burning after all, but sometimes your poor Gyrocopter with just 49 base damage, there's only so much you can do. Bottom lane Ice takes a bit of damage. We'll time walk some of it off, and this off lane not going to be the easiest of lanes for him. Already chewing through 4 of his 8 tangos. Has the double Fairy Fire as well as some extra sustain, but the full tri-lane action is being given to him down here. Nightmare at top. They've got the catch here. FY can level up the hook if he wants to go for it. Does do so. Not sure if Gyrocopter can get here in time. He's a bit too far away, and looks like Old 11 will be A-okay up here. And Burning also, like, rotating off the lane. Yeah, he's only got 6 last hits under the tower. I believe that's probably about 50% of the farm that was there.
Yeah, he missed 3 out of, like, the... I think it was, like... It must have been 8 or so creeps under the tower, so... Not great. Did his best, but it's just tough.
Well, this is like, I think, the 4th creep wave that's now coming to his lane, and he's sitting on 8 CS, so not exactly what you want from a safe lane Gyro, but it should stabilize over time. Like, the Earthshaker's done his Fissure shenanigans. Once they actually get the lane equilibrium back in check, it'll be a lot easier for them. Nice Ice coming in. He's level 2 down here. Sees Landham as well as Kaka, but he gets hit by a Vengeful Spirit Stun, gets the time walk off, blocks off all the damage. Well, new offlane Void pretty damn good in some ways, and you can see what it does there. That was like a 300 damage heal.
Yeah, that worked out really well for him. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna stick around for a stack or something? Might be considering it. There's a Gyrocopter and a Dragon Knight in his team, so I think every Ancient stack is gonna be utilized pretty effectively here. So yeah, there you go.
And something I guess to point out, Doom has gone for the 1 point in the Infernal Blade, just like seems to be maybe a bit of a value point from time to time. It's got a pretty long cooldown, but can just use that for that little mini stun and bit of damage over time on an enemy mid laner or any hero in general.
Yeah, this has got to be... I thought Magnus DK back in the day was boring, but this has got to be another level of boring mid lane matchups. Like Doom versus Dragon Knight. 2 idiots with more regen than they know what to do with.
And more base damage than you can really prevent getting like last hits. Like DK breathes fire, Doom has too much base damage to stop him getting last hits. Probably
they both went for Quelling Blade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Burning taking big damage to the top lane. Does have a salve though, so we won't see any further aggression out of Ult 11. Knowing his limits and also respecting the fact that Bane as well as Pudge are still both nearby, but this time he may get caught out. There's going to be a nightmare. Do they go for this when he's trying to juke? He's got a vision now, could look for a TP out, does do so, and FY not willing to go for the hook. He would have had to been kind of fishing for it blind, and we'll see him just get out of there safely. Nice bit of play there coming out of 11. He's level 4 already on the offlane Shaker.
I was going to say that he might have messed up a little bit, not just TPing back to the tier 1, since he had a Clarity running and his Tranquil Boots, but it's not going to matter because he has his Tranquil Boots, and he's going to get back to the offlane in like 10 seconds flat. That's probably missed out on a little bit of experience, so probably still not the 100% optimal play, but lives anyway in a situation where it looked like he was pretty much 100% dead, so well done.
He's trying to come in and lead some of this experience from the neutrals now, although none of the neutrals actually dying. It's just his creep wave. His much desired experience taken out. Drops a ward to scout this out though, and we'll get one last hit. So Pudge so far unable to get too much done in the early game, but not necessarily a hero you expect to give you rewards in the first 5 minutes of the game. He's got level 3 now and can look to change things with some rotations here.
There's absolutely no way that the two of them kill this Doom. He's got 3 points in the Scorched Earth and a Vit booster. What is this Vit booster?
Is he rushing like an ATOS? Doomed, there was a period, I think was it Envy? Someone was getting ATOS on Doom, like as a first item for a small period of time. On safe lane farming Doom. I want to say it was Envy. And this goes back like maybe 6 months or so, but at one stage this was a build that Dooms would go for.
Yeah. If we want to go super old school, there's the old Vanguard Radiance build. And that was the Garena Classic on Doom. I don't know if there's any thought given to that, but with the new Scorched Earth and Vanguard, I don't know if he can even possibly die. And Crimson Guard's pretty sweet against Gyrocopter. There's a lot of right-click damage on VG, but yeah, I don't know. Atos seems just a little bit more likely, but I'll throw it out there just in case.
Yeah. I mean, Vanguard in itself, like, he's got the stout shield, so is a good chance it will be a Vanguard as well, but I have to wait and see. Not like a Crimson Guard, not bad against the flak damage as far as like helping out your team, just get some mitigation for that, but right now
it fixes his armor problems as well. The buckler is really nice and whatnot, so could give it some thought.
Nice. Just going to time walk away from another kind of aggression attempt. And here we go. CTY, level 6, has Sonic Wave available, has a TP scroll ready to go, and has a Mango as well, which is important because it means if he TPs to another lane...
Getting pincered here.
Yeah.
Omni Missile coming out.
And it'll land as well with the help of the Nightmare. Super's here as well. We'll see First Blood. Give it to the Dragon Knight.
Doesn't even use the Breathe Fire to secure it, that efficiency.
I was waiting for it, and I was like, oh, he's giving the kill to Burning. And he's like, nope, he's taking it anyways. Probably doesn't matter too much whether Gyro or the Dragon Knight gets it at this stage. If anything, the Dragon Knight getting a faster Blink Dagger may be the more valuable early game item pickup.
Yeah, I think they gave a moment's thought to trying to stick around and taking that tier 1 tower, but they have to realize that the Earthshaker is going to be respawning and coming up the fish of the lane before too long, so Dragon Knight not going to waste any time on a tower that they probably don't get. It's full HP, there's a glyph, and there's the Earthshaker spam. So, very wisely, I think, just back off to mid lane.
And maybe also just worried about like the respawn from Shaker TPing in with a Queen of Pain TP in. That could be very... that's problematic for them now. This is a level 7 Queen of Pain. There's a lot of burst damage with those two heroes. Level 3 Fissure into Scream Sonic Wave.
Yeah, and the Queen of Pain sitting on a TP scroll right now, and VG have to be always aware of that. CTY is always so on point with his early Queen of Pain rotations.
Yeah.
We do have the Vanguard on the Doom, so this guy is just...
Alright. He's unkillable. Well,
yeah.
Still kind of low armor, but the physical damage isn't really prevalent yet for Vici.
Is this somewhat the answer to the roaming Pudge? They just put somebody so tanky mid lane that even if you land the hook, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, if you hook him, if he gets that Scorched Earth off, he's probably just going to turn and fight you. Top lane, Old 11 caught out again. They're going to call down. Fissure is there. Old 11 gets a bit further away. Not going to be able to find a way out of this one, it looks like.
What's he doing over there? That's my question.
He's playing a bit greedy. I didn't see what happened before then, if he was like getting pulled over. I think it must have been the neutral pull from Vici Gaming that kind of baited him in. So a couple of deaths. He's got tons of experience out of this lane. Like, I'd say up until that second death, you could say the off lane was a success for him, but another death picked up and maybe not the ideal position for him to be in, considering the Gyrocopter now getting a couple of kills for his team.
Yeah. He has grabbed quite a few creeps as well, 18 CS on the Earthshaker, so I think despite the deaths, it's still been a great offlane for on the 11. Lamb's rotated up here as well.
Yeah, they're setting up for what could likely be...
Probably the quad rotation. Yeah.
Dire Ward is ready for this one, though, at least to spot out, hopefully, the TP if you're Vici Gaming. Doesn't look like they've scouted out LAN yet. The new Dire Ward we've been seeing a bit throughout this tournament is on that cliff right where LAN's standing. That's another new Dire Ward spot, which seems to be really strong when you want to push that. It kind of matches up the Radiant Cliff spot for pushing down that Tier 1 tower early on. The one on the Radiant side of the map is obviously a bit stronger since it's right by Roche, though.
Get a big 4-man gank getting lined up on mid lane right now.
Yeah, they want to slow down this blink timing, it seems. 11 in position for a fissure. Super going to push forward and... not going for this just yet. Without the Queen of Pain here, they can't actually burst him down that quickly. Oh. They definitely can kill him.
I think Kako was expecting the immediate fissure. I don't know if that was a bit of a miscommunication, but he walked forward, and I think he was maybe thinking that they were gonna fissure, roll forward, and then maybe kick them back, kick the Dragon Knight back into the Doom or something like that. But he walks forward, that completely gives the game away for Super there. So it looks like he's gonna be all right, and that is quite a bit of wasted time. 4 heroes just kind of twiddling their thumbs on mid lane.
Bottom rune, CTY gets there first. It's DK's mid lane that little bit more annoying, but he has got an Arcane Rune, so pretty low mana cost on the Breathe Fire for the next 30 seconds or so. But Shaker still in position. He could line up a fissure, and Queen of Pain's here. This time around, they may just go for this with the Scream Sonic Wave. CTY is going to be pretty antsy about just using it. He's holding onto the blink for now, goes in, gets off the Doom. The Scream gets blocked by the Nightmare, but that's an Echo Slam coming into play from 11. Burning's now rotated, call down on 3. He's got 1 kill. He's looking for a second on the Kaka, who's still got a Rolling Boulder. It looks like he's trying to bait Burning in, goes for the Rolling Boulder, gets blocked off. Old Chicken, this guy is tanky. You cannot take down the Doom, it looks like, but maybe with the Chronosphere they can. They've lost 3, all kills going Burning's way. They hook Old Chicken back. Burning says, wait for me, guys, but the Bane will secure it with a Brain Sap. Great counter initiation. Burning was ready. TP's in, and Vici Gaming win the team fight. CTY didn't even get a Sonic Wave off.
Yeah, unfortunately, just never found that opportunity. The Doom is tanky, but the rest of his team is pretty squished. So, Old 11 and Lamb just going down really quickly there, and the Tier 1 dive not nearly as clean as they were hoping for, I think.
CTY actually had Blink on cooldown, but should be okay here. Sonic Wave, Ice will immediately Time Walk it off. Super. Gotta be a little bit careful here. There's more backup coming in the form of the Earthshaker TP. Does have a fissure, no hook latch on for FY.
Brennan getting stunned up twice by the Doom. Let the chase begin. Looks like
Okay.
this can actually be the end of the Dire Cup.
Yeah, Queen of Pain here as well for this one. Says, wait for me, guys, but it's going to be a Doom solo kill, ending a dominating streak, getting him 500 gold. And Burning gets caught out by said Doom.
And this is a real Gyrocopter hate build, isn't it?
Got him!
Vanguard into Blade Fall.
Oh, FY channels his inner Dondo, but 11's there to save the day.
And top lane, they're gonna go onto Fenrir, CTY. I'm not gonna find the kill. I'm actually grabbing the last hit there.
That was the Invis Rune from CTY paying off there. And Super gets himself another tower. That's Blink Dagger money all of a sudden. And that's a pretty big pickup for a Dragon Knight. Pretty decent timing for him, and just a great setup for the team as a whole. It can lead into the Pudge Hooks, the Gyrocopter cooldown. They've got great follow-up for the DK if he wants to go blinking in.
Yeah, they are going to have to be aware of the positioning of Lamb and what kind of defensive swaps can come out, but it is only the level 1 nether swap at the moment, so not the longest range to work with. Doom's almost got his Blade Mail. Gyrocopter responding appropriately, I think, going for the Sanj first. Knows that he needs to tank up a little bit here.
Yeah.
It's just going to go back for the SNY, and another rotation from VG.
I imagine largely for Gyrocopter, much like the last big team fight, he's just going to stay the hell away from the Doom. Go for the Earth Spirit, go for the Venge, the Earthshaker. There's no way he can fight into the Doom when he's got Scorched Earth up with these items. 17 one-shot as well. They're actually going to go on the Doom now. He has not got his Blade Mail yet. Burning It's not a team fight, it's just a kind of 3-on-1 situation. He gets doomed up now. The grip from Fenrir, they're going to get the swap cancel, and Old Chicken, here comes the heals. You cannot fight this guy. Perhaps not the ideal target to go on there, unless they could have been able to burst him down, and Vici Gaming unable to do so.
I'm really liking this build from Old Chicken. Another blink in. Super wants to go for it.
They've got a Chronosphere onto 3. Burning, unfortunately, no longer has the cooldown. They hook out Old 11. FY does not get the Dismember off. He's waiting with the Echo Slam off to the side. FY won't get the kill. It's the Old Chicken Doom who finally gets taken out of the picture. FY, is he going to go fishing? He's not got vision. Does he make a go for this one? You can see the dive vision there. He saw that fissure. Misses the hook, though. Old 11. Perhaps did not know about the position of the Pudge, but luckily for him, did not get latched onto. And Super will secure a tower for his team. The Blink Dagger already paying off for the Dragon Knight.
Alright, so reinitiation ended up working out really well for Vici there.
Yep.
I guess they can still kill the Doom while the Scorched Earth is down. But who's actually got a lead? This has been a very back and forth game up until this point. Pretty much nothing on net worth, nothing on experience.
Yeah, nothing on anything. But I mean, looking at the lineups, if you're Vici, you're not like, I don't feel like either team's pressed to be taking early towers, or like neither draft needs a massive early game lead. Maybe slightly Ehome's draft a bit more early game centric with the Doom as well as the Queen of Pain, but these are still heroes that can scale pretty well into the late game.
Yeah, I think it's less about the Doom as a hero and more about the Doom's item build. He definitely wants to just keep this aggression moving forward, and keep finding fights, keep hounding the Gyrocopter as much as he possibly can before that BKB comes up. And they definitely want to get a bit more value out of CTY. You know, he's renowned for his Queen of Pain, but so far a little bit quiet. He's just been farming up, grabbing the Orchid, and maybe we'll see the pickoff start to roll in now that he's got the second point in the Sonic Wave.
He's tried to go through the rotations, like we saw him, the first attempt on mid, and then a few times where he's moved around the map. He got a support at one point on Fenrir, but I mean, for CTY, it's just the kills have not really presented themselves. It feels more than anything, but maintaining the farm is the key element for him right here. His team are grouped as 4. They're going to smoke up, and with CTY having shown at top, he's going to TP back mid and head towards bottom lane. I feel like CTY right now, the job from his team is just show yourself on map, increase the chance of this smoke working out. But Vici Gaming themselves, not sure if they're ready for it, but they are grouped up as 5. Nice size Chronosphere at the ready. They get the Scorched Earth off. The Doom is available. They don't want to use it on Fenrir. FY, hook shot going to be off the mark. It's Kaka on the side of the Earth Spirit, who could be in some trouble here. Nice size still with the Chronosphere. There it is, just on Kaka, a solo Chrono. And CTY has a Blink Orchid in a second. Could go fishing for Size. Blink, Scream with the Orchid. May need a Sonic Wave. He'll use it. And Fissure will secure the kill. Bit of a fumbled team fight there from Vici. It just wasn't really the grouped up Ehome squad that they were hoping for with the Chronosphere setup that Size presents.
Yeah, it just wasn't the hero that they were hoping to find either. Kind of coming around the corner and seeing the Doom. Super jumped onto the Earth Spirit in the backlines, so that they split up almost immediately and then just lost Fenrir. So I think Vici had a sense that there was a smoke going on, or that something suspicious was happening, because they have a ton of great wards over on the Radiant side of the map, but didn't really see anybody farming up the jungle. But yeah, it just turned out to be a pretty bad place for them to take a fight.
Off of that, it's Ehome who maybe get a slight advantage and will look to continue applying the pressure. Old Chicken's picked up a point booster, so likely we will see a return of the Ags build up. Not an item that necessarily, well, it can kind of scale into the late game, but not really a late game carry item as far as having auras for your team, going for Shivers, AC, BKB, but will allow him to ensure kills on heroes like Gyrocopter, Dragon Knight with the longer duration Doom.
Yeah, it really goes along with just what his game plan is here, right? Just pop the Scorched Earth and just keep running around in the middle of the fights. So it's seems pretty solid. It did get some tweaks recently, right? Doesn't improve damage anymore, so it's just the break and the increased duration.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Back to farming for a little bit. Void still just going for the same build that we've seen from him recently. Picking up the Vlads, which is it seems all right, but
It's very, reminds me of like the old Night Stalker way, where you just get the Vlads to farm, like you have the Treads, Quelling Blade, Vlads. It's like the new offlane items when you're a melee kind of offlaner who needs to catch up on farm and secure some late game items. Very different to what I would say we saw IG Vitality doing with the Night Stalker, where he went for the Iron Talon and used that to farm into a Midas. Like, that was some really interesting stuff coming out from them as far as securing... Like, that Night Stalker, every single game I saw in the offlane, got crushed in the first 5 minutes and then turned around and ended the late game with huge farm, but... a bit more stable and a bit more teamfight oriented, Isis build.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what kind of item builds Vici opts for here, because I think there is some kind of an opportunity to be a little bit greedy and try and outlast Ehome, but if they overdo it, then they're going to be in big trouble. So we might just see Burning being the slightly greedy one, picking up the HOTD here, and looking to secure his late game farm, and I guess Super will probably just be looking at like at a BKB so that he's ready to keep on fighting with this team.
Yeah, he really likes the BKB rush, and I think Vici as a whole prefer to have Super on these heroes that can just go in and force fights at like this stage of the game, 5 minutes from now, perhaps, when he has the BKB.
Yeah.
They also
There's a blink on the Earthshaker now, so big smoke coming out. Ehome really trying to get something done.
Yeah. Dire Vision very good around this area though, so if this smoke pops, there is a good chance Dire will see it. The smoke pops and they see Old Chicken. They know this is coming in. FY will back off. Will he go for the hook though? Doesn't look like they're going to find anything. And no Radiant wards. That hook range. That's something. I feel like it was just like testing out, like how far can this hook reach? And I think Ehome ping out, say, yeah, they've got some pretty good vision around this area. One Radiant Sentry actually in range of this.
They smoke up. Who are they going to find? That's the question.
Old Chicken would be a pretty nice catch if they can. He is hanging around for this Centaur, and this Centaur will likely be his undoing. Uh-oh. The Radiant Ward tips him off, but not sure there's much he can do about it. Gets gripped up. The Blade Mail there, returning some of the damage, but Vici Gaming find a prime pickoff. And they're going to go into Roshan now as well on top of that. With the Vlads, this is very doable. They've got all three of their cores in there. Centaur comes in as well. Not that it's going to do all too much.
Yeah, real shame for Ehome that they weren't able to make use of this Earthshaker Blink immediately. He does have to go back to get some mana, so it's actually going to take him a little while to get over to the pit here. He might just already be dead by the time that they get the Earthshaker in position.
Kaka can slow it down with a Boulder Smash, but this Roche is done for. Boulder Smash comes through, does a bit of damage, but not going to stop Vici Gaming from securing it for burning, and just gives him this little window where he's a bit vulnerable because he doesn't have the BKB, but now he's got an Aegis to kind of buy him the time to finish up that BKB during this danger period where Doom's ready to fight, Queen of Pain also ready to fight. I believe a BKB was just, BKB just picked up by CTY. So this is go time for Ehome. They've got Blink on Shaker, BKB on Quab. They haven't finished the Ags on Old Chicken, but that's not really an item to me that they want to wait for. They want to fight and fight now.
Yeah, the Gyrocopter has managed to just stay ahead of the curve in terms of the overall farm and in the item timing, which just made it a little bit tough for Ehome to do anything. I wonder if they're still going to consider just trying to make some kind of a play. They don't really have any vision over on the Dire side of the map, so they don't know if Vici are split, and I guess they are going to have to be afraid of the fact that the Gyrocopter has the Aegis. Or they...
Nice getting picked off here in the bottom lane, the Orchid and everything. Old Chicken sticking around as well to help that one succeed, and they will get a tier 1 tower, so that's a pick off into a tier 1 tower, it looks like. So you mentioned them making a play, and that seems to be exactly what they decided they needed to do here at bottom, but Vici Gaming looking for the trade up top.
Looks like they're going to be successful in getting it. I think if Ehome wanted to fight top, they would have already sent the Earthshaker back to set something up, so just going to be tier 1 for a tier 1, and Burning charging forward onto the next.
I mean, Ehome, if they wanted to give Vici this tier 2 tower, I would imagine we would have seen them trading it for the tier 2 bottom. So the fact they're not pushing forward at bottom lane suggests they want to defend this one. They've TP'd back. Shaker not there just yet. Old Chicken just going to run in and be in the front lines here, but he needs to be a little bit careful. Homing Missile going out with a Blade Mail. FY, he gets the hook. He pulls Old Chicken out. There's the DK stun. He was not expecting the FY Aether Lens, but Very healthy still with the Scorched Earth burning. Cooldown is on point. Lanham looks like he's going to be going down in the backlines. It's Old Chicken going in on FY. FY alive for the time being. Ice is there. Chronosphere on 2. FY will survive for now. CTY takes a spill. Now they get the stun out as well. FY, he's got a hook shot if he wants to go for it. I don't think he wants to hook the Blade Mail. And Old Chicken turns, doomed, but he's going to die to the Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage. DK securing the last hit, and a successful teamfight for Vici Gaming. The setup from a homing missile of all spells, allowing them to initiate a fight on their own terms.
Ehome just can't burst anybody. That seems to be the big issue that they're running into at the moment. It's just the Gyrocopter and the Dragonite on the front lines, and they don't really want to focus either of them. I mean, Gyrocopter would have been a passable kill if he didn't have the Aegis, but if they didn't have the Aegis, Vici wouldn't have been pushing like that in the first place. It looks like just that one pickoff has completely opened up the game in Vici's favor.
I mean, securing an Aegis just allows him to make such an aggressive play like we just saw. As you said, you can have Gyro in the front lines, because if he doesn't have an Aegis, even with BKB on Gyro, he's going to get Blink Echoed and possibly bursted down. So there is burst damage if they can get the spells off. Earthshaker did not get off the Echo Slam. Queen of Pain got her spells off, but it wasn't quite enough on its own, and Ehome have to play things very carefully now. They're going to try and deal with some of this Vici Gaming vision. And I'm there to get the D-Ward off. Right now, Vici have been D-Warded pretty heavily. They haven't got much vision up on the map right now. Blink in from Old 11. FY gets the hook shot and burning there to secure the kill. Easy pickings.
Okay. FY is making this support Pudge look really strong, actually. It's working out really well. It worked the last game that they played it as well. The defensive plays and the offensive potential were both great. Kaka now jumped mid.
They stun Kaka up, and then they get the grip on the Old Chicken. Then the perfect Chronosphere. The execution from Vici Gaming. It's on point this game. We didn't maybe see it in all the games against CDEC Youth, but this time around, this is looking like the Vici Gaming team that we're used to seeing. That was just like really nicely done. The Nightmare on the frontline hero, the Blink stun onto the Earth Spirit. Both heroes were disabled. The grip then got used on the Doom, and Ice shows up for the Chronosphere before Earth Spirit can stun and cancel the grip.
Yeah, it does look like they've got their game faces on now after being sent down to the lower bracket. And what plays can Ehome even make at this point? Earthshaker, I guess he's about to get level 11, so he'll have the rank 2 Echo, but I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough. Burning's got another 2.7k. I guess he might just go for his for a damage item at this stage, so that maybe that presents some kind of an opportunity, but there's also a chance that he just considers going for like the Scotty build this game if he's worried about the Doom actually threatening him at all, and then they can't really do anything about him.
I just don't feel like they're going to necessarily be threatened by this Doom. Like, he's starting to fall off, and the item build is going to be at this point where he's not guaranteed to get up a Doom. He's got no initiation item. He's got no BKB. He's going to have to just walk into a fight and get off a Doom. Or he's going to have to just use it on a hero that's just like in... Like someone in the front lines like a Gyrocopter who's in a position where he maybe doesn't mind being Doomed because he's got an Aegis or something. So, for Ehome, this Doom pick, it paid off very much in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, but moving forward with the Blade Mail as well as the Vanguard, it's just not going to stay as relevant.
Old 11 looks like he's dead again.
Oh dear. Another pick-off going Vici's way.
Yeah, Bane just glimmered up. Nightmare set up for the Dismember. Easy.
Oh. SMY now picked up for Dragon Knight, so fairly standard stuff for Vici Gaming. We've taken most of these outer towers outside of the tier 2 bottom. I don't think we'll be seeing any kind of a high ground attempt until next Roshan and Aegis, but possibly see them try and secure this last tier 2 tower on the map.
They're even just out farming Ehome at the moment, so they've got the better late game, they're getting better farm at the moment, so I don't know what Ehome can do. Maybe they're close to some kind of an item. I guess the Doom gets Ags and they can try and go and do something. They do have the level 11 up on the Earthshaker, but his Echo Slam's on cooldown right now. So I guess they have to wait around for that as well.
Yep. Now this tier 2 tower looking like it might not be defended, although there is a smoke. Okay, Ehome, they say let's go. Pudge is there though, ready to scout this one out. Scorchers using the illusion from the gyrocopter will stop this one. Hook shot, threads the needle and doesn't hit anyone, but Ice. He says, I got you, bro. I'll catch 3 in the chronosphere. Call down to follow it up. The grip onto Old Chicken. Where's the cancel? Nobody can do it. They're just full retreat. Hook shot. Oh, it misses again. It's GG, though. Burning with a triple. Ehome tap out. 28.5 minutes in. Vici Gaming have taken game number 1.
And I'm not going to get to see what Burning was going to build with his ultimate orb. I was wondering if he was
Oh,
briefly
Lincoln.